today. From Levi's Stadium in Santa Clara, California.
The kicker, Jake Moody's got it teed up, and we are underway now from Santa Clara. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. So out come the Bucks now for their first drive. And they will be led out by their 6'4" quarterback.
And he's had a great season so far throwing the football. Very likely could go over 4,000 yards with a good performance here. And even in an age of passing first, that is no small accomplishment.
They'll try and start this drive in the air. He finds his target. It's Evans. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. Second and right at a yard. Well, this defense for the Niners, they really played well a week ago in that win over the Jets.
They sure did, and the key number to me was total offense allowed, which was barely over 100 yards. That's a heck of a sign that this defense is really putting all the pieces together and doing it cohesively.
And that one too wide and incomplete. You look at this Niner defense. They really played well a week ago in that win over the Jets.
The best defenses I know, they draw lines in the sand and say you're not going to cross that. For most of them, it's 100 yards of total offense. They didn't quite accomplish that, but still a pretty darn good game last week. Just over 100 yards of total offense given up.
And he's going to run into a brick wall right in the middle of the field, and I don't think he got there. Nothing doing on second and third down after that 9-yard gain on first. Strong start by this defense. Third and short, they go with a run. Stonewalled for no gain.
I played for a guy who always talked about setting tones and meeting force with force. That felt like it on that play, didn't it? And they met it in a big way and won. What a great job by the defense.
On fourth down, ready to punt, Michael Dixon. They only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. This is taken at the 18. Shrugs the tackle.
Nice.
Now a hit and a loose football. And it's picked up by the Buccaneers. And they are going to set up shop at the 40-yard line. Was hoping to make a play there on the return with his speed. Instead, he makes a play for the other side.
Yeah, and how many times have we heard coaches say, you know, sometimes it's not really about those X's and O's we draw up. It's about those Jimmies and Joes. And when you have a punt returner, he's one of those Jimmies and Joes, one of the best athletes. He's unable to make the play that they were seeking, though.
And now, as with every potential turnover, they're going to take a second look at this just to make sure. And the question, was the knee in fact down before this ball comes loose? And is the video convincing enough to overturn it?
A lot of factors here. Remember, you also need clear possession of the football afterwards. This is a tough one to overturn.
So that one overturned. They say the knee was down, and that will not be ruled a fumble. They'll bring a receiver in motion right. Oh, able to avoid him. And this will be stopped at the 44. That one good for 7 yards.
And that's something you have to get ready for defensively, because in today's NFL, teams will use their wide receivers on jet sweeps, end arounds. They'll move them back in the backfield and make them running backs. Partner, this was much more of a tap pass, but effective nonetheless.
And I think both guys love it. If you're a quarterback, it's an easy completion. If you're a wide receiver, you get the easy reception and also a chance to try to make a play with your feet. There's Purdy on 1st and 10. To the sideline and incomplete. So, Charles, for this offense, we've been talking all year about how difficult it would be to run the table. And you gave me your chances early in the year. You thought maybe 25%. A few weeks ago, you thought closer to 50, but not quite 50. Now, here they are, 15-0. This is happening, isn't it?
I think it is, Brandon, because I do believe this team is too invested, too well coached to fall asleep at the switch now. And I think it ultimately benefits them to stay engaged all the way through the season because make it to the finish line, then they get the open week to refresh and re-energize. But if you get off the gas now, that can really hurt you come playoff time.
Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8. Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get going moving the football.
To the goal line, but it's incomplete. He was all over that route defensively. Now, they had 2 picks last week as a unit. Couldn't quite grab that one.
Patience, Grasshopper. Patience. It's early in this game, but you like the fact that they're around the football early. They're going to be upset they didn't haul that one in, but at least they're there at the moment of truth to make a play on it.
By the way, where did the... Now a battle for the football. It's caught. It's a touchdown. Brandon Ayuk with touchdown number 23 here on the year. And the Niners get the upper hand as they're on the board first here this afternoon. Moody good with the extra point, and that makes the score 7-0. So that drives 7 plays in length. And it was Brandon Ayuk capping it off with a touchdown reception. So following the touchdown, here's Moody back out to send it away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Tampa Bay, they're getting ready to set up shop here for their second drive. And they'll certainly be trying to do better than that first drive where they went 3 and out.
And sometimes the first drive is just simply to settle nerves. You know what it's like at the start of a game with the emotion, guys a little bit jumpy.
You do.
Oh, you understand the same way. It's just like us calling one, right? Making sure we ease into the game, let it come to us.
Well, you went 3 and out.
And now they have that opportunity.
No, you didn't go 3 and out. I went 3 and out on that first drive. I'll try to do better here. 2nd and 6. That's complete. It's Chris Godwin. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 14 yards that time for number 14. Back to throw now on 1st down. Swinging this out for Pollard. They'll wind up getting 7 on the play, and it'll be 2nd down. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Complete to Wheaton. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. First catch for him. It's good for a dozen and a 1st down. They'll look to throw again. And that nearly a turnover, but it's incomplete. Oh, fortunate to retain possession there, and it's 2nd down. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4.
And I think this is a route we'll see more of as this game goes on because with his speed, they want to get him the ball in space on drag routes just like this. They want him to get the ball and run after the catch. Good job there, though, holding him for a short gain.
And this will move the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the 49ers' 12-yard line. The 21 yards there as they convert on 3rd. Back to throw again. No, bottled up. Fumble. It's out. It's loose. So maybe just a momentary setback on what's been a great drive so far, but 2nd and 13 here. Pollard will take it up the gut. And it'll be a minimum pickup here as it will take us to the end of the first quarter. After 7-0 on EA Sports. second quarter now, and it's Buccaneer football as they've got it with a third down coming up. Drops this underneath for Pollard. And he's not quite going to get to the marker. It'll be a gain of 8 on 3rd and 10.
A short gain that doesn't get them the first down brings up a 4th down situation.
Really nice job defensively. They knew where the sticks were. They got the stop before it. They'll run forward with Pollard. And he won't have the touchdown, but he will have the first down as he's tackled at the 2. And he is going to lose yardage here. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's second down.
Defense really sold out there to stop the run. Understandable down near the goal line. Now on second down, you have to wonder, might we see play action here and a flip right over the top?
Pollard is into the end zone for a Tampa Bay touchdown. And they would not be denied on the ground, powering it in just one play after they got stopped short.
And how about how many tight ends are on the field? Because in today's NFL, we think of the tight end more as a pass catcher. But this group, they tell them you've got to be able to run block to stay on this team. And they committed to it and got it done right there.
So I'll leave it at 7 now as they kick it away. This will be brought out from the middle of the end zone. And good starting field position. He'll get this one all the way up to about the 35-yard line. The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. So both of these teams, Charles, coming off touchdowns now, but this offense, they just had to stand on the sideline, watch their opponent author a really impressive drive to reach the end zone.
Yeah, and I think you're not telling yourself the truth if you don't think there's some one-upsmanship going on right now, because they just had their touchdown answered by a drive of double-digit plays that also found the end zone. Now they want to do something even more.
And that's caught inside the 30. Touchdown, 49ers. Brandon Ayuk, 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far. And the 49ers have now taken the lead. Moody good with the extra point, and that makes the score 14-7. Pretty clean and simple there, just 2 plays. The long pass resulting in the touchdown on play number 2. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Offense back out there, and we shine the spotlight on the Memphis man, Tony Pollard. And he's closing in on that number that all running backs circled beginning of the year, the number 1,000. Couldn't do it on this drive.
And you have to think to yourself that this moment, getting to this spot, it started in the offseason, right? Not just the workouts, right? Not just getting yourself physically prepared to play, but mentally, as well as your team, as well as your unit, head coach, offensive coordinator. We run the football. We give you opportunities. He's taking advantage of it.
And when you get this close to the mark, you just hope things don't tighten up, right? You probably want to get there and get it in your rearview mirror.
You really do, don't you? Because now it becomes predominant, and you wonder about play calling as well. Do you want to call plays to get that out of the way, or are you still calling plays to win the game first? That becomes the burden of the play caller.
And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. Second down. He'll drop to throw. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a first down. They'll drop to throw. Throwing middle, and it's complete. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8. 2nd and 2. They'll set up to throw. He completes it to Evans. And Evans will have a Bucs first down as he'll get this down inside the 35. We've hit the 2-minute mark of the second quarter. 14-7. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Again, he'll drop to throw. Looking Mike Evans' way again, and he's got another one. And the stiff arm made it a pretty little run. Not a huge gain, but a nice chunk of yardage. 2nd down and 4. They'll set up a throw. And he's going to go down. They get to him back at the 40. Nick Bosa able to run him down for a loss of 12 that time.
Well, last game he had 2 sacks. Got another one here, picked up right where he left off.
Brandon, he spent the entire offseason working on new moves, new techniques, trying to add to his arsenal of pass rush moves. Certainly paying dividends in what we've seen so far.
9th play of the drive now on 3rd and a country mile. Back to throw.
Finding Evans here, going across the middle of the field.
And they're going to get him down well short of the 1st as he can only get this to the 30. Now a timeout called for by the defense as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next.
York able to send this one through.
And they'll cut the lead back down to 4 now at 14-10.
So they're able to end that drive with 3 points in this one-possession ball game.
And ideally, you want to end every drive with points. Most quarterbacks would tell you, let's end it with a kick, right? A PAT, that's number 1. Field goal you'll take. Punts, you really don't want to do that. In this case, they'll take the field goal and get prepared for the rest of the game.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway
as they take over with exactly 1 minute to go. He'll fire this deep for Ayuk.
And this is, oh my goodness, he pulled it in one-handed. A big play there just before halftime. 48 yards. So the big play gets him all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10.
A quick throw there going to be batted away and incomplete.
This is what defensive coaches ask of their defenders every single ball game. Get a hand on every throw in coverage. They want the deflections. They want the knockaways. Pick it yourself if you can, but at least knock it down and guarantee it's incomplete.
Now a 2nd down throw for the end zone, but it's incomplete.
That's some good closing speed there defensively because that looked open for a minute. But that's great work with the ball in the air. Never gave up, converged on his man, and broke the play up.
Escaping the pressure, and he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. Now San Francisco going to call their 2nd timeout as they stop it with 11 seconds remaining in this first half. And this is right down the middle as he puts it through, and that moves him up by a touchdown now at 17-10. So as it turns out, that sack doesn't wind up costing them, Charles. They at least get points, get 3 of them.
Yeah, that's where your kicker can really come to your rescue because, you know, after the sack, there was a little consternation there. Are we out of field goal range? Are we going to be able to get 3? In this case, he stepped right up and gave them exactly what they needed.
And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24.
All that remains is to snap this once, and that'll do it for the first half of play.
All right, we'll bypass the halftime show in favor of returning to this late season game with the teams coming back from the locker rooms here a bit early.
1 touchdown is the difference. 17-10 our score, and we are back underway on EA Sports.
And he returns this to the 22.
The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive.
This offense set to begin the 3rd quarter. And, Charles, if they had a checklist of things they wanted to accomplish in the first half, certainly at the top of that list would be having the lead, and they've got that here.
That's always the most important box to check, isn't it? But also, they've had some success in their passing game, so probably an empty box establishing the run. They're on pace for fewer than 100 yards in this one. So now they want to make sure that they get that going so they truly have a control in this ball game. And down the stretch, about being able to be balanced, either throw it or run it, and try and win this ball game.
And getting this just shy of midfield, they'll spot it at the 49. Back-to-back nice gains, that one for 14 yards and another first. On the toss, they run wide side with McCaffrey. They give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time and making it work.
And a good job of finding the open space to run as he's down close to the 30 here.
All runs on this drive so far. It's 1st and 10.
Now this time they'll throw it. Here's Purdy.
And that'll be knocked away. It's incomplete.
It certainly looks like they still have some fight in them on this series because it seemed like things were headed for the red zone. But if this defense gets 2 more stops, they can keep them out of that area.
And he will find his man, Samuel. And finally, down he goes as they work it inside the 10 to the 7. That one goes for 24 yards. They'll try to run with McCaffrey. And that'll move him a little closer as he takes it from the 7 down to the 4-yard line. 2 of their 3 red zone trips so far they've come up empty on. They'll look to reverse that trend on 2nd and goal.
Again, McCaffrey. And good work there defensively as they're able to keep him out of the end zone.
Well, they've been so good on 3rd down all day long. Can they convert another here on 3rd and goal?
McCaffrey is in. Touchdown 49ers.
Boy, we talk a lot about Christian McCaffrey and what he can do in the open field, and it's easy to gloss over how tough he can be to stop near the goal line. And he shows you just how tough he is on that carry as he takes it into the end zone.
Moody good with the extra point.
And the lead now up to 14.
So here's Moody back out there now to send this one away.
And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started.
They make their second half debut here. Things are looking a little bit tougher now. You give up the points there, Charles, that touchdown drive on the other side. So now it's a 2-score game here. Got to be careful.
They certainly do, and I'm just wondering at halftime if those guys just looked into each other's eyes and realized what they've got to get done and come out a little bit more charged up, because if they don't get some kind of points here, that next drive, that could make this a 3-possession game.
Now a dump off here complete, and he'll be brought down right at the 30 here.
Well, offensively, that's the mismatch that you want. You want to force a linebacker to try and cover your back out of the backfield, out in some open space. The linebackers nowadays, they run like backs, and they take a lot of pride in covering. What a nice play he made there in the open field.
And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. A pickup of 27, and they pick up the first down in the process.
Well, that was a fun one to watch right there. A nice in-breaking route and plenty of room in the middle of the field. And he was able to get behind the linebackers and grab the completion for a really good pickup.
So from inside Niner territory now, this is 1st and 10 at the 43. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. And a quick throw here, that's complete. Only able to gain a couple there, and it's 2nd down.
Oh, it's time to give a little credit there to the defense. They played that very well because it was a drag route, and he ran a little shallower than normal as he worked straight across the field. He was hoping he'd get lost behind the defensive line, but once he made the catch, nowhere to turn upfield and gain any yardage.
On a nice burst there as he'll take this inside the 30 to the 28-yard line.
Now on 1st down, he'll drop to throw it. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. 10 more there and another 1st down.
So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10. And he'll get 7 yards from 3. Ball on the 10. In the 4th, this close of a game, that's a penalty you just can't. Down coming up. This defense starting to buckle down when they need to, and right now they're winning this 4th quarter, losing the game, but they're winning in the 4th quarter.
And what a fine line it is about what they're trying to get done, because they're down, so they obviously need the football, need a score, but they can't be so aggressive as to give up their edge, their gaps, and have the offense hit them with a big play.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Up the gut, McCaffrey.
Shortage of offense. They've been able to put up a lot of points on this side, Charles. They just have not been able to keep pace with the other offense they're going against here.
Yeah, it's a good way of pointing things out, because now it's not a total loss, because as you said, they've scored some points, so there's some plays they can build on, moments where the game plan actually worked. But overall, though, they were just out personnel. They were going up against a team that's playing at an elite.
And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the. So the big play changes the complexion of things. And just outside the 30. And defense are just going to sit back, blanket the field as best they can.
Yeah, this is actually the easy part of the game for them, because just as you noted,
Made for them. They've got to go. It's 4th down.